All right, Coach Mason. So first, you've talked a lot about what you're trying to teach your players of being a Blue Raider, what that means to be a Blue Raider. What does it mean to you?
Well, it means that we are borough-built, middle-made. There's this idea, this blue-collar culture where, invest in this environment, and this environment will give you back two and threefold. I mean, it's important that you leave this place, with some legacy. Leave it better than the way you found it. And if we can do that, then we've done the job. We're going to win. We're going to find ways to make this place or truly invest in this place where this place sort of appreciates it. And I think that's the important thing about Blue Raiders. It's not necessarily what you get, it's what you give.
Yeah. 62 new student athletes have walked onto this campus. You have some time with them, you're spending more time with them, but how's the meshing with them? How's the dynamic? How's the chemistry been so far?
You know what? It's been a collaborative process. I think we don't know each other as well as we'd like to think that we do, right? We've had some team bonding activities where these guys are starting to realize, I know the guys I know. I don't know my teammates. I don't know their stories. I don't know where they come from. And I think this is about the speed of trust. If you're going to have a successful team, they've got to learn how to trust one another, not just, on the surface trust one another, because when things get hard, it's not about what's on the surface, it's about what's underneath.
Preach.
You got it.
You've talked a lot about, like yesterday specifically, with this team as a whole, something is unique, something about them. You haven't put your finger on it exactly yet, but what do you think is really turning in there, is really, making the wheels go around and around for this team to really be successful on that new turf this season?
I think it's curious. I mean, this team has a lot of curiosity. Anytime you're curious as a ball player, I think what that brings to the table is these questions, and we need them to ask questions. When you ask questions, there's knowledge on the other side of that, and I think being curious, puts us in a position where we get better every day. Let's be curious to understand what nutrition looks like. Let's be curious to understand what it takes to be the best in our conference. Let's be curious about, what challenges and opportunities need to happen for us to win the day.
You've talked a lot about also filling the Floyd. That's pivotal. That's extremely important, especially whenever you're Austin Peay, that's your home opener.
Right.
Describe it more for me.
Well, when you look back at the history of MTSU, Georgia Tech, being one, the Vandy games in the mid-2000s, there's just been great games, played at Floyd Stadium, and your fan base gives you energy. Fans create the experience. We need our fans to create the experience. You get 6 home games. 6 home games, they only come 6 times a year. That energy, that passion, that's what will drive the winning. I mean, in my opinion, the team's going to play well, but I've been at some places like Stanford where we didn't necessarily start with this idea of how this energy got created. But once it was created, man, you couldn't buy a ticket at that place. And when you look at Boise and App State, Middle Tennessee has that opportunity. 1 in 6 MTSU grads, throughout these households from Shelbyville to North Nashville. Come on now. We have enough people, and Tennessee can't play every weekend, and our schedules, don't always intersect. So you need to come support Blue Raiders, because when we fill Floyd, you'll never regret it. Everybody benefits.
Oh, you're right. Now, last question for you. Right. Second year coming into this, what have you learned from last year, walking into here, that you really want to build off of, you want to learn? I know you have 20 years of college experience underneath your belt, but what are you, working on within yourself to make sure that this team is the most successful that they can be?
Well, know thyself, right? You can understand your opponents, man, but if you don't know yourself, if you don't play within yourself, if you don't play with the confidence needed and necessary to understand how to win games from behind, how to win games, when you're ahead, how to play in overtime. These things, to me, are about character. It's going to be revealed, right? And so the opportunity to get to know each other, invest in one another, when we're tested and our best is needed, that's when we have to be at our best. So that's what I'm looking forward to. This summer is an opportunity for 62 new guys to mesh with these other 45. So we'll figure out what this thing looks like, and let's go get it.
I'm excited.
Let's go Blue.
Let's go Blue. Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
You got it.